Hi everybody, welcome to today's video. We've had to switch refrigerants in our air conditioning system. So we started phasing out R22, which was the standard refrigerant in air conditioning systems for decades, starting in 2010. The reasoning for this was that those old hydrofluorocarbon refrigerants theoretically depleted the ozone layer. That's never actually been proved, but that was the rationale behind these government mandates that started phasing out this refrigerant. So again, thanks to our benevolent federal government, we had to stop using refrigerants that were really cheap and worked really well and begin using newer refrigerants because they didn't contain those hydrofluorocarbons that theoretically deplete the ozone layer. And those HFCs were in everything. So if you're older like I am, you remember HFCs were in things like spray-on deodorant, refrigerants, including automotive ones, all kinds of different products. Well, we haven't been able to produce those here in the US since 2010. So what that means is if you actually have one of those older units, you can still get service for it, but the refrigerant is getting really ridiculously expensive. And in a lot of cases now, if you've had a refrigerant leak and you've got to replace a lot of it, you're better off actually just buying a new condenser rather than getting the old one serviced with that R22. The reality of it is that HFCs, all those old R22s, you can still get them, but they're a lot more expensive. And that means that most air conditioning systems now are being rapidly switched over to R134A or R410A. So those new refrigerants do have less ozone destruction capabilities, but what it now means in the real world is that a refrigerant leak, which is a very, very common thing in an air conditioning system, now often leads to the entire HVAC system being replaced. And by entire, I mean air conditioning and furnace. And I'll